Hi, this is Hart, and I have a artist who made a request for me to make a junk journal live. Um, and this is what I'm here for. I absolutely love sitting down and making junk journals. It's truly one of my favorite things to do is to make them. I haven't made one in a while. So, which means that when I get ready to stitch this baby in, then what you're going to end up seeing is me going, oh, wait, which way did I stitch that again? We might choose a simple stitch. We might choose a difficult stitch. I don't know. It's whatever I feel like doing when I get there, because guess what? It's my junk journal. And I'm still leaning around the room looking for, hey, what do I want to add to this? You know, yeah, I could add, although I would hate to fold this. Yeah, maybe I won't add that one. I just keep leaning and adding more things. You guys are going to keep seeing my arm because while I'm sitting around this room, I see, oh, I want this in the book. All right. So first off, for the person who is brand new to junk journaling, what is a junk journal? First off, you know what a journal is. It's where you can log either your art ideas or your writing ideas or whatever you feel like putting down. That's what your journal is. It's just we're going to make a handmade book. And a junk journal is taking stuff from around that many people might actually toss and turn those items into a book. Now, I don't necessarily make a true junk journal to the heart of the term. And each one I make is very, very different. Some are really busy, some are really crazy, some are Midori style, some I stitch in. What I like about it is it's always different. And mine are not as perfectly themed as many are, except for my favorite Audrey Hepburn one. I loved that one. But today, I'm kind of trying to channel the shabby chic, but I can guarantee you by the time I get to this, it's not going to be shabby chic. But I haven't done a craft and chat in a while. So let me pick out my favorite pages that are going to be the core of my journal. This paper pack is kind of at the end of its life. It's called Country Rustic. Only at the end of its life because I've already used most of the pages. I love that bicycle. That's why I still haven't used it. What are the tools I have in case you want to craft along with me? One is all different kind of papers because when I journal, I like to have a bunch of different kinds of papers. Two, personally, I like scrapbook paper, but you don't have to have scrapbook paper. You can use junk mail, which, do I have any of that nearby? Here, let's use this too, because I keep referencing that. Look at me, I'm still adding stuff to it. You can use cards. It is unusual. I just took a photograph just like this. Isn't that funny? I wonder if this was in the back of my head when I took that photograph. We'll use that. Use this, and I usually choose all my pages, then decide which book I want to use. I did pull out a book because I want to share with you something I bought, and I even paid full price for this book. Oh, you don't even need 12 by 12 paper pads, that's for sure. Definitely not. It's just, this is what I felt like doing today. There you go. This is the paper pad. I feel like I just think that cow is funny, right? All right. You guys have seen me make folders before, so you're going to get stuck watching me do the same kind of thing. I do have a video on how I make my folders, so I won't pay as close attention to that. Well, how about one more page? This one? Nah, we'll save that one. I do love that page, though. Okay, what else do I have? So I bought this book, actually paid full price for this book. It's the Book of Questions. And yeah, the Dollar Tree paper pads are fabulous. They have this one that's like blue jeans. Oh my gosh, I love that one. All right, so here we go. It says, what's your favorite family tradition? Here's another one. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Here's another one. Oh my gosh, I just opened to the same one. Obviously, I just creased it. What's your recipe for recuperating from extreme heartbreak? So what I'm going to do is I may end up making more than one journal, but I wanted to show you if you're, yeah, actually I might make this one because I haven't brought myself to rip any pages out of this one yet, I don't think, but I will. This was gifted to me because I always forget my words. Isn't that funny? And I love the pages in it, and I will reuse these pages for die cuts and for junk journals. And then I can use this to show you guys, because you can see that this one's stitched in right there. You can see how it's stitched in. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 signatures. Oops, off screen. It has 8 signatures in it if I can get it to focus. Right, you can see how they're stitched in right there. That's actually a cool one to rip apart. This one, let's see if it has signatures or it's glued in. And I peel that one apart. It does. Oh, that one also has signatures. So I can show you how to take apart both books, but it'll be the same. So maybe I'll just take this one apart later and just rip out one of the pages for today. Here will be our question today. Oh my gosh, I know. Isn't it a beautiful book? All right. Let's take a whole signature. Find out where this signature ends and that one begins. There we go. And I have some scissors. If you're a artist and you don't have fussy cutting scissors, let me know. And don't cut towards yourself like I just did. All right, that one's not going to work. Sometimes I can get into it like that. Right now, I'm just going to go find the middle. Get rid of those little stitches. There it is. So what are you guys all crafting on today? That is so sweet, Kim. All right. This is why I like the stitched in books. They just come right out like this. All right, that's the bottom of it. I'll save this one for later. Yep, full price for this book of questions. I was in a Ron John's store and fell in love with it. And so the paper's beautiful. The questions are beautiful. All right, let's do this. Question for you guys. Forget what we're crafting. Here's the question. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received? Holy smackajanolies. Everyone do me a favor and say thank you to Jean Peter, who's volunteering some extra time out of her busy schedule to assist me in keeping track of wish lists. That's so awesome that she's doing that. I have this already in my stash. I just grabbed it because I'm going to stitch that in instead of a button today. My head's killing me, so I have a really big eye needle today. If you're a artist and you still need a needle, send that to the wish list for me, or send that in an instant message to Jean Peter, myself, or in an email to me. I have wax thread when I get ready to stitch it, which I'm not even close. I'm still playing, and I don't know if you guys have ever crafted with me, but I'm kind of slow. So we're still picking papers. I'm going to take 2 pages of graph paper just because that's what I want in it. Oh, look at me. I was off screen showing you that. Sorry about that. So I'll put my graph paper. My graph paper literally sits right underneath my desk. I love it so much. I have 4 different kinds of graph paper because I love it that much. And where does the screen end? Let me make sure I don't stay off screen too much. There we go. It ends about there. Oh, wow. I will have to be reaching a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. It'll be fine. My watered down coffee. All right, maybe I'll wobble you a little bit because it will be easier if I move you just a little bit that way, and just a little bit this way, and just a little bit that way. Is that better? Too much. Oh, I'm making you seasick. I know. How unprofessional, but you know what? It is what it is. And then I don't have to measure it. Let's just hope you don't see my shirt today and my shorts today. I'm just quite the bum. All right, so I was trimming some materials, and I have a bunch of clothing that I was trimming up to get the materials for. That way I can send them out. And yeah, this is just cute. And I thought, well, instead of tossing it, part of the love of junk journaling, I think I want this to be the wrap on the book. Because it's just so cute. It's like ripped buttons. It's a good material. If it doesn't fit, it becomes a craft supply. This came as a donation from someone, but I want some of the stamps off of it for the journal. So this is the guy that donated all of the glassine envelopes, which was just too cool. But who's to say this can't be a pocket or a page, right? And I am going to make it a point. And no, I'm not a keeper of stamps. Someone yelled at me on one of my videos for cutting the edges off of a stamp. Yeah, I don't really do the stamp thing for the collection part. Oh my gosh, I love this airmail stuff. I might reuse that too and just put all these in here. All right, that's over on the desk. So a favor for you guys. Oh, nobody even wanted to answer that question. What was my question? I already forgot. Well, I'm going to answer the question. I already forgot the question. Let's answer it. What is the best piece of advice you ever received? Whew, man, I got to think about that one. I think the best piece of advice I ever received was when I was in my 30s, someone and we were in a conversation, and I don't remember exactly how it happened, what happened. I'm going to rip this, so it's going to be loud for a second. And we were talking about snacks. That's loud. You know, paper, sometimes, do you see how it's tearing jagged instead of straight? That's how I know I'm not tearing it with the grain. But if I go to tear it that way, it's going to tear more straight. And that's okay. I could do it with a ruler, but I don't mind the rough tear. Okay, so back to the advice. When I'm done making all the noise. All right, now this is good paper. This will go in there. I don't want that in there. See how it tears all nice and straight right there? All right, this will be part of my paper. And this is what I mean by junk journal. This is packaging from when I went shopping one time. But I loved the packaging, so I saved it for the journal. Here's the advice. You know the golden rule where you treat everyone like you want to be treated? Well, I got into a conversation and learned a while back, and it took me way too many years to learn this. I wish someone would have told me before. But not everybody wants to be treated how I want to be treated. So the advice was do a balance of treating other people like I want to be treated and how they want to be treated. Not necessarily how they want to treat other people. So, or not necessarily just how I want to be treated. I'm telling you, I love that. It's stuck with me. It's meaningful. I wish I would have learned that many, many years earlier. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay, what else is going in my junk journal? This is a vintage map of the county where I grew up. Why? Because I just wanted a map in the journal, and so I decided that's what I'm going to put in there. It's too big, so I'm not going to use the whole thing. And yep, somebody's going to tell me, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's right, Lala. I was born in St. Pete, and you live in St. Pete right now, I think. All right, here we go. I'm going to tear this map. And for those of you who are map lovers going, oh, that's a collectible. That's something that, you know, nope, not for me. It's a usable. Oh, you know, I even kind of like it this way. What I like about it is my dad, he used to run a nonprofit called the Street Ministry. And when we designed his cards, his business cards, when I was a little kid, we put a road going across from the bottom to the top, representing the street. Yeah, kind of like that. All right, now I'm going to rip it one more time. Oops, it ripped. You know what? It's okay. All right, I'll save this for later. Yeah, I would use it too. I do. I love maps, but I love to use them more than I love to just sit and look at them. All right, that's off to the papers. Okay, I went to Key West, and this was one of the postcards they gave away free in one of the things. So because it's a simple looking postcard, I don't know how I feel about the back side of it, but the front side of it, that is a cool piece of art. That'll go in the book. And then this is also from Key West. It's their bus line, their public bus line, and it's free, and you can go around the whole Duval loop. And so I have this because, you know, I wanted it in there. This is just white paper with my mailing address that was holding some ATC cards from one of the Hartists. And this is the beautiful painted envelope minus her address that one of the Hartists sent the ATC cards in. And these are yummies that were given by 2 different people. And I didn't write the name of who this person was, which breaks my heart. I wish I would have written it on the envelope. I stored it aside. It was right after I was talking about wanting the notepads and loving the notepads. So if anybody remembers who that was, that would be great. But I brought this over because I think it's nice for people to have a variety of different kinds of papers. This will be way more paper than I need. But I'll pull a couple out of there. And this is Happy Mail from Louise, and I'll pull a couple out of there. So now we have our paper of what I want to use anyway. And all I'm going to do is just start folding. Literally, that's it. They don't have to be folded evenly. They don't even have to be folded straight. Obviously, I feel like making this into a book page, so that's how it's going to be. It's a good center page. Let's do this one. So these will be pockets because it's automatically an envelope, and then I have pretty little pockets. You can decorate them if you want, but this is nice because I can see what's in there. I'm trying to keep this one simple just in case people don't have a lot of supplies. I'm going to separate these 2 pages. And again, there'll be pockets, but instead I'm going to have them be pockets going that way. So these are super simple pockets. This one I'll fold down one corner and fold down the other corner. It doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. It's on white paper, so hopefully you can see it. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, rather than saving them, using them. And there are so many videos that are going to be way better than my video on making junk journals. But like I said, this is a nice way to fulfill a request of a sweetheart. So, all right, these pages are folded. Oh, the other thing that I like to have is my binder clips. So I don't lose my needle. Which is something I do. I'm going to put the binder clips around my needle next to my thread. Oh, you guys can see that. That's awesome. All right, this is already folded. Let's fold this baby. If you have trouble folding something, grab a ruler. It helps you. I am not using all of my fancy stuff today on purpose because I want this to be something other people can do regardless. All right. You guys see it's not folded perfectly? It doesn't matter. It's all good. This one already has its own fold. This one's going to be too big. Let's wait till we get to the end to decide what to do with that one. Ooh, and this was Happy Birthday tissue, too. I love the feeling and sound of tissue. This came from Patricia. I'm going to use one of them. I'll use the Happy Birthday one. That's what I'll use. And let's just rip it. And you guys are like, you don't know what size your book is going to be. Yeah, that's okay. It'll be fine. Whatever it is, it'll be fine. There we go. All right, when it opens up, which way does it open? This way and this way. So just tear that extra part right there off. Why? Because I just feel like it. I don't have a method to my madness. I just have madness today. And we'll move these aside because you know what? I will end up using them. I have a little Happy Mail pile that I realize I have not sat down and played with. So that's why I'm kind of happy about leaving some of my Happy Mail stuff in there the way it is. All right, this is going to be last. Set that aside. Oh, what do I have for glue today? I have a glue stick, double-sided stick tape, and I do have Elmer's over on the side just in case I need it. Yeah, I lose everything too. I have ink just in case I absolutely feel like I need it. The book I'm going to be turning into the journal. So now, here's what I'm going to do. Hopefully this is close enough for you guys to see. First, I'll take off the dust cover because I just want the book. I'll probably decorate the book later. And then now I'm going to go in and see how much space I have. There's a lot of different ways to pull this out. One of the things I like to do is to take that first page right here, which tends to be glued down to the second page. See, this is the cover, and then the first page tends to be glued to the second page. So I separate those. Do I mess up sometimes? Yes, absolutely mess up sometimes. Pulling that out. See, there's a mess up, but you know what? It's a page now. It's all okay. Look at that. It's kind of thick. I like the little ruffly top. All right, so let me see. Oh yeah, this is gonna come out nice. So let me keep pulling this just a little bit. And you got to be patient. You got to wait. There we go. Until you kind of feel like it's fully separated from the other. Then I like to test. I like to test to see if there's glue here. Why did that freeze? Oh, it's just frozen on mine. Okay. So I like to test to see if there's glue, and then I just pull. I can feel that there's glue, and I just press it up against my tummy here. Not that you can see my tummy. And then just pull. This doesn't always work, but honestly it works about 50% of the time. If it doesn't pull, then I'll cut it out. But you can see the glue. Take your time. There you go. Now do you see that it tore a little down at the bottom? Ain't nothing but a chicken wing, because it didn't tear all the way through. Right? So that's what I care most about, is not tearing all the way through. This page right here, I'm going to keep it. This book set, this, book block is what it's called. The part of the book that goes into the book cover. So give me just a second, because for whatever reason, oh, it froze. Oh, it's my whole computer. My whole computer just froze. That's what happened. That means I will have to see my chat on here with you guys. That's going to be small. All right, that's okay. I didn't have to pull this out. This is what I would have had to have pulled out to carve the... Hold on. To carve out the book block, but I didn't need to. Now you can see that some of my stuff is bigger than the book is. That's perfectly fine. All I'm going to do is go through my papers after I fold everything. And when I go through the papers, I'll do a test. I'll do a test to see if it's too big, if it's too long. But I won't do that until after I fold everything. because this is kind of a standard size book. Some books, when they're super tiny, I won't fold everything first. So if I'm doing like the little baby book over here, this little book, if I'm doing something like this, I'll go and say, oh, look at that. I can have a really good pocket with this one. But again, like I said, they all vary. Well, I'm happy to see you here, though, Debbie. All right, let me get a little bit faster at doing these pages, because you guys don't want to sit here and watch me fold paper or bend paper. Did you see me just bend that paper? Now, for those of you who do not have a cutting mat, that's okay. You can do this with a ruler. Oh, I don't know if I want to put this in the book because I keep referencing it. It's for the Shabby Chic auction, and I just know I'm not going to do a great job with that one. Okay, now I'm to the scrapbook paper. All the major pages are folded. Now, these are also some of my pages. Oh, who wants to work? Nobody wants to work. How long is this? You don't have to do pockets if you don't want pockets in your journal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 inches long by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 inches wide. All right, 8.5 by 5.5. So that means that I can probably, let me do this one more time. Slide that on there. Okay, all I did just now is slide my book. I don't feel like measuring, so this is why. So I just slid my book up about 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to use that as my guide for the paper fold. Yep, that's what I feel like doing, and that's what I'm doing. All right, this is going to be one of my pockets. And you will see, and you will know for sure that this pocket's going to be too wide if I fold it in half. But that's really not a big deal. I'll show you why when I get there. And I'm going to fold all my folders kind of the same today. If you want to see many different ways of doing the folders, then I could show you that. I don't feel like doing a bunch of different ways today, so that's why. Okay, what did I do with that metal ruler? Watch, it's sitting on my desk and I can't even see it. That's funny. Oh, there it is. What do I want the metal ruler for? Well, I want to take about 1/2 inch off the page right here. You don't have to do it this way, it's just I like to do it this way. I'm doing it down to the line, and it stops right when I get to the line just because I've already done the fold. All right, I'll flip it around. Fold it this way. Just because I'm right-handed and it's a little bit easier. Take about 1/2 inch. Rip it down to the line. It really does stop its own tear automatically. Okay. You might be asking, why in the heck did you just do that? Well, I'm gonna show you. Oh, you know, I'm kind of the same. I don't forget faces. Well, I usually don't forget faces. But, okay, now you guys see I have little tabs right there. Well, we did that on purpose. So I can cut this little tab on this side. I can cut this little tab on that side. Cut this little tab on this side. And that side. Because I can do a fold over. You know, it's like a comb over, but with paper. All right, so then the middle is going to get chunky and bulky on me, and it's going to be annoying. So I'm just going to fold the paper in half long ways. So you see what I mean? Fold the paper in half long ways that way. And I am just going to get my big scissors, the ones I cut everything with, and trim a bit of that chunk out. Now I won't have the bold and chunky. Then fold this over. You can use whatever type of glue you want for this. A glue stick actually is a little bit more permanent on the folder. So I'm probably going to do that. Although double-sided stick tape is easier and I'm on camera. So let me do that. But I would, if I was making this to be super long-term, probably would do a glue stick. So if you're saving this and it ends up being long-term and you didn't plan on it to be long-term, you can always just glue it later if it comes open. All right. Now it's a little pocket. Isn't it cute? You can put whatever you want in there. Look at this. I have embellishments that were gifted to me. How cool. Oh, look at that. That's a page now. Yep, you're a page in there. These are the ones from Louise. So let's put something in the pocket that she made. Well, no, we'll decorate later. I get a little ahead of myself sometimes, but nope, this is a page. All right, does this fit in? So I'm going to do my little test now. Oh, I didn't finish my scrapbook papers. Let's finish the scrapbook papers first. Oh, you know what? Let's not make them all pockets. Let's just rip it and have scraps. How big did I say it was? I'm just going to use this as my guide. There we go. Some people need to have all those measurements or want to have all those measurements. I'm okay if I don't. Oh, look, that's going to be a little bit crooked. That's okay. You guys hear the train in the background? Isn't that so cool? Look, it's wonky, but that's okay. Well, you know, you can be a page too. Just want to tear this. You guys see that my crafty style is a little bit willy-nilly? It's not always willy-nilly. Oh, you know, this will make good pockets later. I might do that later. Let's save that. This one fits in. Oh, I'm going to show you something. See how he's going to stick out? I'm not going to stress about that. I'll stress about it later. All right, this one, he's too long. Yeah, oh, he's barely too long. Look at that. Well, shoot, let's just cut it at the blue line. He's barely too long. Oh, well, we can cut it up here where we ripped it. Now he's not too long. Look how crooked I cut that baby. Woo! I promise you I'm not drinking. There we go. You know what? If you cut crooked and you don't want it to be crooked, just do this. See, now it's crooked and it's okay being crooked. It just kept going crooked, so I decided I'm going to go crooked. Exactly, Lola. I'm wonky but lovable. I didn't even see Deborah. You know, I haven't opened and checked and seen who to say hi to everybody. I'm sorry about that. Isn't that horrible? My brain just starts going and I'm gone. All right, here we go. Are you living your life purpose or still searching? Well, I guess the first question is, what is the purpose of life? See, we could get all philosophical on that one. You know? How do we see our own life purpose? You know, I can't handle this just sitting there like that. You're coming off. There you go. All right, that's good. How big are you? You gonna fit in here okay for me? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, you need to fold like this. You need to fold like that. I'm just folding it on the bend. That's how I feel like measuring right now. You know, you're gonna have to just see now where you fold it. Well, first, it'll be easier if I fold it backwards than forwards, so I'll do that. Fold you backwards there. Fold you forwards here. That's good for me. And that's not even going to be a bunch of pockets. It's just going to be a folded piece of paper in my book with a cardstock flippy thing. All right, now to the cow. I know, I love that train. Oh my gosh, I love that train. We actually did do a dinner train ride thingy-dingy on it. You know, I have to remeasure this every single time. Do you guys find that ridiculous that I do? I can't help it. I'm sorry that I torture you guys with that. But I do. I can never remember. Now, there's a couple of ways that I could remember if I wanted to, you know, for my forgetful brain, is I could just put washi tape down on where the book starts and stops. So I need 4 little pieces of washi tape to give me the start and stop points. And then I'll know. So if I put it here, I'll know it's at that line. I only need 3 pieces because I wasn't thinking. All right, here we go. And the bottom of the book, I'll make the paper about this size. This is why I don't need to measure. And then the paper itself, when it folds, it can be wider, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm just going to worry about the bottom part. So how many squares is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a quarter squares. Didn't I say 9 earlier? Obviously. Oh no, I said 8.5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a quarter squares. This is not for the width of my paper that I'm doing it. I'm doing it just to know where I need to fold it. That's all I'm doing it for. Now this one, I'm just going to fold it, tear it. You know, like the old days when you're a little kid. I like the look of torn paper. That's why. All right, and I can reuse this scrap later. Fold you in half. This one's so pretty, but I think I like it better. Yeah. So when you have something like this and there's clearly a top and bottom, make sure that your measurement for which way goes top to bottom is the right measurement. So I know that I want the paper to fold in half this way. I just don't know where I want to rip it at yet, but I will now. We'll just rip it on this side so you guys can see. Right there, right here. If I was doing this in the mood for pockets, all of these scrapbook pages would be pockets. But I'm not. That's just not how it goes. Oh, I hope you feel better, Deb. Oh, I just got the hiccups. Did you guys hear that? Couldn't even say that. Well, I hope you feel better, Debbie. Oh, I missed that. Oh, you made me smile. Don't you love that? One person actually said to me once, a long time ago, that you didn't really mean that when you said whatever I said to a person. And I couldn't even process the thought of someone who would think I wouldn't mean what I said when I give someone a compliment. I don't give people compliments because I want a compliment in return or because I have any intent. I don't. I give people compliments because I absolutely love to see people smile. All right, you know what it looks like? It looks like we're going to have 2 signatures. That's how I feel like doing this. And so I'm going to break this into 2 signatures, and we are going to do, this one is 1, and the flowers is 2. So we'll put these inside. Oh, you just chill out. It doesn't matter that it's a little too long. Oh, it does matter that it's a little too long that way. Does he fit in? Did I rip it the wrong way, or is it going to fit? Oh, it's going to fit, Charlie. Look at that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Watch this. Right there. Yep, that's how I feel like doing it. And today I just feel like doing a wobbly one. That's what I feel like doing. And these ones are not, you know what, I want that rounded. Yep. These ones, how do I feel like finishing these ones off? Let's do it a little bit less. That might not be enough because I think it might still stick out of the book. If it sticks out of the book, let's just add lace to the book. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to add lace to the book because I kind of like how that looks. And put that on the front like that. Yep, that'll be good. Now I have 2 of these. Are they the right size or are they 9 inches? They might be 9 inches. Yeah, they're 9. So I'm just going to cut this down a couple of graph lines in. And that's because I'm not here to talk about fancy pants signatures. I am here to just craft and make a pretty little junk journal. I do have to clean up some of the trash on my desk though. You know how you're standing in the grocery line or something? First off, I don't really like going to the grocery store. But if I have to go to the grocery store, and you're standing in the grocery line, and somehow you just end up talking to the person right behind you. Well, some people aren't in the mood to be talked to, and some people are, and you can kind of tell. And there's just nothing better than making it a point to make somebody else. For me, it doesn't have to be that way for everybody. And if you're not like that, that's okay too. You know, it doesn't matter. But for me, I just absolutely love to just make a random person smile for no reason. You know, if I like the shirt, I'm going to tell them, you know, I love that shirt you're wearing. Yeah. All right. Let's put one of these in this one. And all I'm doing is I have my folded pages and I'm just setting them in together. All right, now I'm going to just sort which one seems to be fair to go into the other one. One of these, one of these, one of these. Where's that other envelope? There it is. One of those. I have the pretty little tissue on this one. So this one will get the pretty little card. One of these, one of these. One of those, one of these. So I need to match this guy up with something. Oh, the opposite of the pretty little tissue? No, no, no. I don't know. Let me find something else that's folded. Foldable. Put a card in there. This card from Louise. All right. So one of those, one of these. All right, now we have all our pages and 2 signatures. And I am just going to put them in there. What do I like to do? I don't like to have white next to white. That's it. And I like to have short next to tall. Outside of that, I don't have a big old plan. I do kind of like having envelopes in the middle. And one little trick I'll show you with envelopes. So you see how this little guy has a butterfly in the middle? I'm going to trim off this butterfly. And the reason I'm doing that is because when he's folded in there, you see how that fold right there? When he's folded in there, these can now be pockets. This doesn't have any glue, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I can reuse the butterfly somewhere else. But it does now make it easier to fold this in there. All right, and this. Now that I'm looking at it, I have all my big pages all together. So let me mix this up a little bit more. So put that one in there. Put a little page right here. And then a big page. I feel like this might stick out. Hold your britches on. Yeah, he's gonna stick out. I like that he's a frequent bus. Yeah, that'll work. I don't need all the stuff at the bottom. So let's keep track of where I'm at. Pull this out and trim off the bottom. Oops, I was gonna put him right there. He's good right there. Let me see, put this one up high, that one down low, this guy in the middle. And you know, this one's definitely gonna want to be decorated. Ooh, I almost said dunkerated. Oh my gosh, someone stole your entire grocery cart. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Oh goodness gracious. And hip recovery is so rough. Oh guys, I have to tell you this, and I don't know if they're on or not, but we have a couple of artists, and I can't share their name, but I can tell you what nickname, oh, I kind of like that. I can tell you what nickname I gave them. Are you ready for this? There's two of them together, and one of them, their nickname is Peanut, and the other one is Smooth, so I nicknamed them Butter. And so the two of them are now the two artists that live in the same household under the care of an individual. The two artists are now nicknamed Peanut Butter. Peanut and Butter. So if you guys would join me in saying hi to Peanut Butter and making them smile really big. I just absolutely love how sweet they are and how much they smile and the conversation I had last night. So if you guys could just do me a favor and say hi, Peanut and Butter. Oh, they're so cute. They're adorable. Absolutely adorable. Is your nickname Peanut too? Oh my God. I was Peanut when I was a little kid. I was. Yeah. I mean, I had some other nicknames too. I had a lot of nicknames. What nicknames did you guys all have? All right, well, let's do this. Let's separate big and little because I didn't like that whole juggle thing of doing the big little thing. So here's big. Here's big. Here's little. That's big. That's little. That's big. So I want to put a big right next to the pocket so things don't fall out. And I don't want to put those back to back, so I'll put this one there. Put a big one right here. Open this up. We've got room for a little. This one's a little bit clumsy, but fun to have in there. So I'll put a big next to this one. And then this goes in the middle. All right. That would be 2. Now what do I do? All right, y'all. This is what I do next, and this is very, very hard to video. What I normally do is go in and just poke a hole with my pokey tool and awl. If you're a artist and you don't have your awl yet, let me know. I ordered extra awls, so as soon as you need one, I can send one. Okay. I don't put in particular spots like most people do. I just poke a hole, y'all. Right? And so I'm just poking a hole in here. Here we go. That's my first hole. Now this one is going to be held in by just one hole, unless I feel like poking the holes closer together, which I don't. Okay, maybe I do. So I'll poke the holes closer together. So now I'll put one here, and I just fold it and I poke it in there like that. The reason it's hard to do on screen is I am dangerous to myself and I might poke a hole in my hand. All right, so I've got that there. This one's still gathered together, and I'll poke a third hole here. Okay, are you ready for this? These are my 3 holes. Well, I just gave myself a template, right, for where to put my 3 holes. I just want to use one of the pieces, and in this case I'll use this piece, the outside piece, because it's easy not to forget where I put it. Okay, so I have this set now ready to go, and I'm going to line these up a little bit more because I'm poking the holes closer. I don't like these 3 all next to each other like that. I gotta fix that. All right, big, a little, a big, a little. Big. Yeah, see, I don't have as many bigs on this one. Let's just add a page. What kind of page do I want to? Oh, we'll add this page. Oh, no making fun of me for this one, but this is about what's going to happen. Oh, wait. I have a better page to add. I have this fabulous magazine. And there are some really good pages in here. And so I'm going to see if I can find a really good one. It's 2-sided. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know. See, when the text is in the middle, I'm afraid of losing the text. So I'm looking for one where the text is at the top and at the bottom is okay. But then I lose the stuff and the story here. So I'm looking for something that has both a front side and a back side. She doesn't look happy in that picture. Intuitive eating. Oh, that's a good looking picture, but I'd lose half her face. Oh, that's a good one. What's on the... Oh, just text. Express yourself. This one's perfect, but I'm going to lose some of the words, but that's okay. All right, guys. This is my wobbly... There we go. Not wobbly. X-Acto knife. Page is out. Express yourself. Do what you gotta do. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot I'm on camera here. Hold on, here we go. Oh, your niece named you Lala. That's so cute. Thank you so much for saying hello to Peanut and Butter. Oh my gosh. I really appreciate that. So, you guys, you'll find... Oh, that's my material scissors. You'll find this kind of funny. But You know how when I have the edited videos and I'm talking, a lot of times I'll silence out what I say and just bypass it. Like when you see me speed it up, it's because I just muted what I said. Yeah, this is good. I just did a tutorial on making, oh, what do you call those little guys? Oh, corn husk dolls. And I'm in the process of editing that video. When I do a live, I don't have to worry about editing. But if I'm doing it in a tutorial kind of video, although I suppose this is a tutorial kind of video, I could have done that live. But I want to go edit it. Okay, here's my 3 holes. And let me show you something real quick. So here's my 3 holes. And I just poked them willy-nilly last time, eyeballing how far in between. If you guys need measurements, I'll tell you how far they are. This one is almost 2 inches apart, and this one is a smidgen more than 2 inches apart, so my eyeballs are a little off. It's shorter on the left side than the right side, but it's going to be just fine. So now I have this hole like this, and I'm going to poke it through. But because I'm in the air, and I have my hands here, it's a little bit awkward. One of the ways you can poke it through is get yourself your phone book. Okay? And you have your phone book, and you fold it. Do not do this on your lap. You have your phone book and you fold it like this, and you can push it in that way and push it all the way through the spine. Same thing, and my hand's in your way because I have to have some kind of pressure. And now I just poked it all the way through. And that distance on your phone book is going to be a little bit higher. And it'll be a little bit easier. And you don't have to worry about doing it on camera. Alright, and then I just finished poking a nice big hole so I don't have to think about it when I start sewing. So now you say to yourself, wait a minute, but you still have to poke your book, right? That's a little bit easier, because what I do is I take, and I don't do it exactly the same way every time, I gotta tell you. You know, don't anticipate me doing things the same way every time, because I'm forgetful and I have to relearn a lot or refigure things out. And so I don't always figure things out in the same way. And so then now I've got this. Oh, I need to strengthen that first. I'm just going to use some duct tape. And I'm going to start right here, try to line it up. Do this a little bit different today because that's what I feel like doing. Line it up. Oh my gosh, have you ever done the where you're thinking one thing and you said I'm thinking one thing and I say another thing? One of the things I've done a lot is I'm thinking ahead to what I'm going to say next, and I'll say the words I want to say next and forget what I'm saying right now. All right, trying to line this up nice and straight. And this is nice and straight now. Roll it over. Make it come down to the bottom here. And I'm going to trim it at an angle. Trying to get it to be nice and straight. If you're a artist and you don't have duct tape, let me know, because I think duct tape is one of those things that should be in everyone's craft room. Okay. If your duct tape isn't straight on your book, that's okay. You can decorate your book to make it straight. I don't need mine to be perfectly straight. It's fine. All right. Now I have it reinforced and I don't worry about it. Here's my guide. And here's what I want to do. Now you guys can't see this, but I can see this. There is actually an indentation. So the indentation happens about right here and right here. So I have to stay in between these two lines. I'm going to use a pen, hoping I have one that will show up in color here. Hope that shows up. Let me try the yellow Sharpie. Let me see. Does that show up? Nope. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a dark colored Sharpie because... Oh, well, let me see if the green shows up. Yeah, the green will show up. We're okay with that. Just because it is nice that we're human. And it's nice that we have nice humans. That's good too. All right, so here's the center. I don't have a good way to describe to you where the lines are because you can't see them. All right, here's the line of where the edge of my book is. And here's the line of where the other edge is. Right here, and I'll go ahead and write on it. Right here is where one of my holes is. Right here is where one of my holes is, and right here. So if these are the two lines of my book, I want to make sure that I'm not right on the crease of the spine. I want to be in. So I want a hole right here and a hole right next to it. And I want a hole right here and a hole right next to it, a hole right here, and a hole right next to it. Why did I choose 3? Well, it's because I feel like doing a pamphlet stitch to stitch them in, that's why. And I really can't see this Sharpie. Hold your britches on, I got another Sharpie. Okay, all lined up. A hole here, a hole there, a hole here, a hole there, one there, and one there. Now, you'll notice that my pokey tool is actually kind of wide. I just gave away my pokey tool that's kind of narrow. So I worry about this one going in too far. So I'm not going to poke this all the way through. But if you have a narrow awl where the whole base is narrow, then don't worry about it. Make sure that when you're poking it through, you're not poking your finger, putting it on the other side. So we'll do the same thing we did before. We'll have this book out. Now something I've made for myself, and I'll show you what I made for myself actually. I have corkboard, 4 pieces that I bought, and I usually poke on that. Because I'm on camera and I'm worried about hurting myself, I'm gonna poke on this. It'll be easier. A little easier for you to see, I think. Okay. So you take and you find the holes that you just poked for yourself. I mean, that you just drew for yourself, and you simply just poke a hole in there. You're all good. Why'd I spend half an hour talking about hole poking? I don't know. You don't want your 2 holes to be merged together either. And there's no way that I can poke a 90-degree angle and show it to you on camera. But essentially, you've seen me poke it. All I did was just poke the holes through. And you can kind of see it on the back side. It's just a little bit crooked. I'm not going to stress about it. If I don't like it, I just cover it up after I stitch it. The only time I do the hidden spine is if I don't like how the stitching turned out. So now I'm ready to stitch. All my holes are lined up. I'm going to go into the middle. My needle. I don't even think I need the binding clips, but I'll use it just in case. and my thread. Now what I'm going to talk about is which hole I'm stitching through. I want to end up in the middle and I want to start in the middle. So what I normally do on these ones is go a couple of times what you see, the length of my book. So I've threaded my needle and I'm going through the middle hole. Actually, that's what I'll do is I'll say middle hole, top hole, and bottom hole. Now this is going to be my first signature because I want the pocket to be first. So I'm going into, if I was to call this hole 1 on the top left, on the top right is hole 2. In the middle, on the left is hole 3. Middle on the right is hole 4. Middle on the left is hole 5. Middle on the right is hole 6. Make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go into hole 3 from the middle. Then I'm going to go into hole 1. But before I go into hole 1, I want my little dangly charm. Whatever I did with it. There it is. Oh, you know what? I'll do that last. I'm going to go down. So we'll just go. So I said 1, 2, 3. I'm in hole 3, 4, 5. I'm going down to hole 5 and into my pages. Coming back up. So all I did was start on the inside, going into the middle hole. I went outside and now I'm coming into the bottom hole. The first row for the first signature. Now I'm actually going to go all the way over to the top hole. You see that? From the bottom hole. And then into the top hole on the left hand side, which I numbered 1. Nice and tight. This is where I'm going to string my charm. I don't know how I feel like doing it. Yeah, we'll just string it like this. I'll make it a short charm and have it go through. Make sure that if you're doing a button or whatever it is you're doing, it's big enough. Okay, so I've strung it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll deal with it when I come back up to the top of the next one. Yeah, I just went through one of the chain links. I'm going to go back. Make sure you don't go through your thread because that's a hassle. I'm going to go back into the middle hole. If you're trying to find the hole, it's not a big deal. You just keep looking up nice and close to try to find your hole. Do you see my needle there? And work it through the pages. Now I'm coming up. It's just a pamphlet stitch. That's all this one is. All right. Now I want to make sure all my threads are tight. So I pull on one side, I pull on the other side, and I pull in the middle. And usually when I make a knot, I'll make a knot like this. Over, under, under, over. And I want to be on both sides of my string because I don't want my string moving around. And I don't even know if I just did an over, under, under, over because I wasn't thinking. Now because I'm lazy, I'm actually going to go through this hole again. In the top hole. And come out of hole number 1. And I am just looking for the hole. I know I'm out of the paper. And then I'm just looking for the hole with the book. There it is. Sometimes it comes through easy, sometimes it doesn't. All right. So I'm back coming out of the top. I'm going to pull this back up here. And I'm just going to take one link and go through one of the links. I've never done a chain before. I've only done buttons. Stitch that through. And I'm going to come in on what I originally called hole 2 on the other side. The top left has nothing in it right now. I can close this book, this signature, this first signature, and I can take this binder clip off. It's not in the way anymore, and it's out of my way. Just to keep it out of my way, I'm just going to bind it right here, and we're going to stitch the second signature in. So like I said, we're going to come into hole 2, right there, top hole, other side. It's all naked, nothing's in it. You can see my needle coming through. Oh my gosh, crocheted button covers. How cool is that? I didn't even know that existed. I'm going to go into the top of my signature. One time I actually sewed my signatures in upside down. And so that is kind of funny when that kind of stuff happens. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm going to go into the middle hole from the top hole. Down and through the middle hole in the book. This is trapped underneath and it's going to bug me, so there we go. And then back through on the bottom. So you can see right now the only stitches that you can see on the outside are the ones completed on the right, and this one I just came through out of in the middle. And I'm going to go to the bottom hole, which I numbered 6, depends on which kind of learner you are, right? I'm coming into that at the bottom, and I'm going to go in through my signature. Tighten this up a bit. I'm going to go in through, I want my final knot to be on the inside of the book. I just lost my thread. All right. So I'm going to go through the hole in the middle a second time. And now you'll see that both sets of stitches are done, and I'm come back through the top. If you guys are looking for the best tutorials on how to do stitching, and it's all nice and close, there's a lady, and her name is, her YouTube name is Sea Lemon. She's fabulous to watch. And that's where I learned originally to stitch my books. All right, now I've got my last hole. I'm just going to tie a knot in this. So I'm just going to lay it over, just like the old days and friendship bracelets, right? And pull it through. Before I do that, let's make sure it's all nice and tight. It is. Lay it over again and pull it through. This is now a junk journal, completely undecorated, but it's a good starter. I do. I love that style too. Now look at that. It sticks out a little and it's wobbly, right? I have to tell you, this is what I want to do. I was going to just put lace on either side because that's an easy way to cover it up, right? So you can just take lace and cover it up that way. But right now I don't feel like that. So I'm just going to take the pages that stick out. Go like this. I'll rip this page this way because I have enough space to do that. Make sure I'm not cutting the other side, and I'll just cut this page this way. Any more pages sticking out? Yeah, right there a little bit. So we'll cut him in. We'll cut him in. Now, once I get to decorating this book, what I'll do is take my wonky pages and dress them up so it doesn't feel wonky, or just embrace the wonky pages. All right, this one I'm just going to rip. This one sticks out too much, so I'll rip it going this way so I can see the tattered edge. But it's the last page in the book. How much? I don't want to take off too much. So I'm just going to take off a little bit of this one. Oh, this is my when I don't feel like measuring. Just, that's how this one is. Okay, love this. Let me do a quick flip. This is not completed. And by the way, when I'm done with a junk journal, before I start to do the Wicked decorating, when I'm done with it, I will rest a whole lot of weight on the journal and get it to smush nicely before I start decorating the pages. And this baby, I can tell it's already going to be an alligator. That's just how this baby's going to go. But we can flip through it. You guys saw the pages go in. They're stitched in very simply. This one's even a little loose, so when yours are loose, it's really not a big deal. It's our own journals anyway. That right there. Do you see that? Just a little loose. All right. So our page 1, this has stuff on it, right? So if you didn't want the stuff on it, or you don't want to see that this flips over, but it doesn't flip over all the way, glue it down. I'm okay with it having stuff on it because I think what I'll do is just fold it right there so it's its own little section right here. All right, this is page 1. Has a little pocket. And then truly a blend of things. What is the best piece of advice you ever received? Then some scrapbook paper. A little pocket right here. He's too tall. I'll put him somewhere else. Oh, look at that. A pocket with an envelope with a pocket. How fun is that? Actually, I'm more likely to just stick this on a page. So that'll, and this will be my pocket for decorating. Do you guys want to go through and do the decorating now? I don't even know what time it is. Is it late? Should I be thinking about dinner? All right. I like the little dangles. When you stitch it like this, almost like a pamphlet stitch, you end up with just 2 dangles, one at the start and one at the end. And I've seen people dangle things from it, which is kind of nice. So let me see if I have a good thing to dangle from it. No, I don't feel like looking for something to dangle from it, but I do need to put my needle right there so I don't lose it. All right, do believe that everyone deserves forgiveness. You know, I can answer that immediately and definitively, yes. And then we have, and that doesn't mean my opinion's right, it's just how I feel. Then we have our little Pinellas County book. This is tissue paper. I like the sound of different kinds of papers. So when I feel like doodling or coloring or making something, then that's how I like to make it. All right, so this one is going to get a notepad. Oh, look, the notepad's too tall. That's fine. Now it's not. It's just... yeah, oh my gosh, it's white next to white. We got to fix that. So we'll fix that right now with I'm going to fix it with. Is he about the right size? Yeah, he's about the right size. Do I have paper clip? Yep. I'm just going to paper clip this one on. I'll decide what I want to do later because I may actually take this white on white and decorate both sides of that at another time and make it an art journal. If social media didn't exist, how would your life be different? Well, I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now. Oh my gosh, Norma ate your burger. What have I missed? Oh, it's only 3:45. Yeah, we could decorate too. Look at this. I love this. Using the Happy Mail and then the beautiful envelope that one of the Hartists made. You should see the texture of this. I wish I could show that to you. Look at this. Happy Mail on one side and the envelope on the other. This way. The beauty of graph paper. Oh, look. Time card goes in here. Don't you love time cards? Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love time cards. So that's good. And that's the end of the first signature. Second signature, I just like these two pages next to each other. So don't leave now. Oh. Then you've got the pink flowers. And you know what? This kind of does look like shabby chic next to each other. I never would have guessed that with brick. But... And then the handmade card by Louise. My address written by one of the Hartists. And you know what? Let's make this a pocket. Right there like that. I just folded in one side of the corner. I'll fix the rest of the pocket later. This is just from Key West. Are you living your life purpose or still searching? Then scrapbook paper that looks like a cow. And you know I'm going to make some kind of a holy cow pun on this. I can't help it. I really want to make this a religious page. I have to. See you later, Trudy. And then, are there any laws or social rules that completely baffle you? Ooh. Oh, you know what? That is a good question. I could sit and have a full-on philosophical conversation about that question. I mean, besides the obvious ones, like in Arizona, you can't walk across the border of something with an ice cream in your pocket. You know, those kinds of ones, but I don't know. I do want to cover up the ad stuff, but I like the art here. So I'll leave his name and probably collage that out. Oh, look, it did go okay. It says putting pen to paper on a regular basis has profound benefits from reducing stress to improving your physical health. In fact, it may be the best time investment you can possibly make on your well-being. That is what the whole foundation is about. Isn't that fabulous? Ah, just love it. And then these little pockets, because I just love paper like this. This came from a fabulous stationery set where I've already used all the stationery and just have the envelopes left. This one says express yourself. And then here again, you can kind of read that it says express yourself, so it didn't fold too bad. Summer coconuts, oil on canvas. I got to write the guy's name on it. That's what I should do right now, so I don't miss that. Where's it at? Peter Vey. Should be on this side. Let's write his name all fancy. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? I can't even stop. I know, don't put the ice cream in your pocket. All right. Peter Vey. He gets credit. He did the art. I just lost him, though. There he is. How long can you go without checking an email or text? Well, without checking email, for a long time. I don't check my email enough. And checking text messages, only probably, when I think about that, I think about private messages on Facebook. Probably about 6 hours is about as long, maybe a little longer. I like the back side of this paper, too. Look at how cool that is. Then a plain white page to art journal on, and then another holy cow side. Have you ever won an award? What was it for? Oh my gosh. I haven't, but I have I mean, I have won awards, but I don't really care that much about awards. But I have to tell you, every once in a while, I get really, really excited when someone gives me a nickname or something that makes me smile huge. And I have to tell you, this is the sweetest thing. A Hartist this morning called me her fairy godmother. I am telling you what, that is better than award all day long. That made me just the greatest level of joy. The greatest level of joy. So now I kind of feel like all the donors and the helpers, they're all angels, and I'm her fairy godmother. How cool is that? Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh, that just made me happy. By the way, this is the stuff you pick up in the tourist spots, and it's glossy. So my intent on adding the glossy piece in here is because I can do a couple of notepad pieces, and it comes right off. See? And so if you're doing stickers or you want to put some different kinds of washi on there, you can do that. Let's put some washi on here right now. I mean stickers. Not stickers. Post-it notes. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. I can't even think. So, yeah, it looks better with the Post-it notes on it already, and you can hardly see because it's just messy. Do you guys want to decorate it now? I think we want to do this one. Yeah, let's just tuck this one under, too. Just a couple pockets, not too many. The graph paper, the back side of the card, and then the tattered rose. Where's Kim in here now? What is your vintage rose? Is that what you're called? That's such a cute name. All right, that's cool. I know there's so much work I should be doing today, but when she asked me to make a junk journal, how can I say no? Oh, by the way, this is scraps. So let's see how this looks if I tie it and it becomes my tie. Oh yeah, this is going to have lots of room. To grow. Yeah, that'll be cute. And I won't need to wrap it twice once I get it all alligator mouth. I like to make sure it's not too much before I get started. Yeah, Care calls you. It was because it's a tattered rose. So it's like vintage, it's a pretty rose, and it's, yeah, anyway, that's what made me call you. So let me be safe and put this away before I get decorating. And this, I think, is the version of almost no measurements junk journal. And I never put my needles back in the same place, guys. So don't think that this is where the Singer needle came from. Nope, I never put them back in the same place. This is my bookmaking box. I keep the beeswax in here when I wax my own thread, but I haven't done that in a while. I keep this in here if I want to make the same kind of pokey hole, and I've only used it once. Isn't it crazy when we buy something like that and I think, oh my gosh, I'm going to use it all the time? No, I didn't. This is for when I make little books, and so I have multiple holes here, and my signatures came out all crooked on that. Look at that. But I like the paper, so that's why it's still in here. All right, you guys don't want to see all that. Put this back. And this is because if somebody asks me for elastic thread, I can send it to them on the fly. If they ask for wax thread, I also keep that in my craft room, and I just buy myself a ton of wax thread. That way, when someone needs it, I can just share mine. Although the one I used today wasn't from that. The one I used today was from one of the earliest times when I bought wax thread, and this is how it came to me. I don't send it looking that cool. It sets on top of my magazines underneath my desk. This sits behind me in between where I store all my dies and my family photos. And this can be used. Okay, now when I decorate a book that I've created that's kind of a willy-nilly book, I tend to be rather willy-nilly on how I decorate it. So first off, I really wish I could remember who sent these. I really do, because I feel so bad for not remembering. I fell in love with this too because it's similar to my latest style of art that I absolutely love. Oh, good. I don't have to lose the back of it either if I stick it in. Oh, no. Let's stick something else in here. What does Louise have in here that we're going to stick in here? Oh, this says Happy Life. That's a pocket. Doesn't match on that page. We're going to find a page where this one matches. Looks good there. We don't need it to be a pocket. I think I want to layer it. So let me get something here. I have a receipt thing right here. We'll layer it on that. Oh my gosh, I left the blade out on this. You guys know how clumsy I am. I should never do that. All right. So I like the way this has that bar stripe right there. And maybe just go down here. And curl around. And I'm trying to use very few tools because not everybody has a lot of tools. Are you too big? Oh, you stick out a little bit. That'll be fine. What if I made that part the pocket? Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to fold this up just a little bit. And it's going to be a tuck spot now. And while I'm thinking about it, if you're a artist and you don't have a stapler, let me know, because to me that's one of the basics. Did you guys hear that? I just knocked over my paper. All right. I am going to staple it on the bottom part. I can even staple it to the top part. No, I don't want to because I don't like seeing the bottom of the staple right now. Staple it to the top part. Does it fit in there nicely? It does. It's so cute. All right. Let's glue this cupcake down on this page. And this receipt, if I didn't want to see what it says, you can just heat it up. But I don't really care. All right. And don't just lick it, stick it. I love Pocket Full of Vintage. She's adorable. All right. When I use glue, I often will have next to me a card. And so then I squeeze it down and flatten it with the card. Now I don't do it all the time because I don't do anything all the time. But now that goes there. You know what? I don't know that I want to just leave it safe. Maybe I just want to keep that pocket to be other things too. So let's glue this down. Yep, the willy-nilly crafter. You had no idea. Finance background, all kinds of detail, always keeping things like organized from a other people's world thing back in the day. But I can't file to save my life. Everything when I file, it's all in one file. So for instance, I have all of the hardest applications in one file. You'd think I'd have some kind of organization with that, you know, like doctor's offices, and everybody has their own file and their own wish lists and all that stuff. I thought about doing it all that detailed. No, I'm not that detailed. Look at this. She has a lovely, oh, that's a pocket card. How perfect is that? Let's find something that fits in it. There we go. We got something that fits in it. We're going to have 2 pockets on this page. No, you don't fit. It says light chocolate raspberry, and it does fit. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to put this on the page. Although I like this side better. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, I say just go for it. I overthink things. I have a problem with that. And so when I'm sometimes, well, not all the time. Sometimes I'm just totally carefree. So I don't even craft the same every particular day. And you know what? Sometimes I don't even care if my glue goes to the edges, because you know what? It stays on. So it's fine. I think I like that thing though, so I'm going to put them over here. Right there. And you fit. Wouldn't it be fun to, well, I did an exchange with Louise and she sent these things as part of the Happy Mail. I could just sit and do my own style of embellishments, but I don't feel like it. She has a tag here. I don't know where my hole punch is. I thought I had it right there. All right, so let me show you what I plan on doing with this. This is the tissue paper. I am just going to take a strip of glue here and a strip of glue there and close up my tissue paper. Now I got pockets. I'll come back to that later when the glue dries. Right here, it is kind of funny to use this to be an address thing, but it's already too busy, I think. I don't know. Where do I want to put that? I love that. I definitely love that. Oh, I don't like this. So we could do this here. Oh, no, we need more stuff going on this page. What have we got going on this page? Oh, look, she has a little... I should have stitched this in. Well, we're going to have a pocket within a pocket here. And look, we can totally... Oh, nope, I still see words. Nope. I like that, too. Oh, look at this one. This is going on the page. Love her decorations. Her embellishments are fabulous. Okay, you definitely go in here. Do you fit? You stick out just enough for me to know you're in there. And then I can have a pocket within a pocket with pretty little things. Let's decorate these. All right, make you match the book. I'll use my book page to do it. Because I'm going to go off the edge on this one, I'm going to use it like decoupage. And willy-nilly we go. I like you there. How about here? You know what really helped me? And I know that you're going to think I'm ridiculous about this. And I'm talking to more than just candy here, is doing clusters. I'm telling you what, since I've been doing clusters, it has helped me come out of that craft paralysis state I pull myself into sometimes. Because what happens is I just get to it. And now, versus back in the day, I didn't so much. I would get stuck on things. Yeah. And now, since I did clusters, I just, oh, I like this. I like how that came out. And I can use anything that's just laying around me now. It's all art. It all becomes a part of the junk journal. And I love, it is the most therapeutic. In fact, I don't feel the stress I was feeling earlier today. So it is definitely one of the most therapeutic things. That paper's too flimsy for me to glue this down on. Let's pick something that's not. I know I'm going to draw on this. This will be a doodle page. I'm going to think about how I want to use these things. I definitely want to make that holy cow. So, page on a page. I don't know. How about on the back? It's too white. Yeah, well, this is way too white. We need to fix that. All right. Where's my it's too white? You need some color. Yeah, you know what? And now you need some color. I'm going to put it on both sides because I don't know where I'm going to glue this down at, but you just need some color. This is an old stamp pad. It is supposed to be gold, but it's not gold anymore. Oh, you know, now I like you there. Look at that. And now I'm happy. Let's just ink up the edges better. And just glue this bad boy down. And I'm not afraid to glue on that thing because it'll work. For the love of glue sticks. And there we go. Yep, that looks centered. And look, it's a pocket and a pocket, and I can decorate these later. Okay, I'll hold that baby down for a second. And this is cute. You know what? You look like you'll go in here. Let me see. Do you fit? You just barely don't fit, but you're about to fit. I am going to make you. Now you fit. He's so cute. Oh, he wants to be a pocket, though. Doesn't he? Yeah, I think he wants to be a pocket. Oh, hey there, Lynn. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. You're on my cheat sheet. I know, I have a cheat sheet going. Let's do this. Here's what I have right now is Messy Table is Vicki Brown. Let's do the cheat sheet. Branson Limo is Norma. Who else do we have on our cheat sheet? Oh, Burn Schwag is Candy. And everybody can start calling Lynn Linda. Oh, good afternoon, Arlene. Oh, man. Vintage Rose is Kim. Oh, I saw a bunch of people's names in here earlier, and I should have just spent some time saying hi to y'all. Oh, I didn't even see my sweet life in here, Trudy Craig. Look at me. So, you know what? Let's get back to work. I am just, if I missed you, like Lose is Lucy. We all know that one. We'll put that one up here. Lose is Lucy because it fits. I'll find more. Look at this fabulous cluster on this fabulous envelope she has here. And this envelope is about to be a tuck spot too, like that. And so I am going to put this envelope, oh, on the back side of a cow. Oh my gosh, I have to put the envelope on the back side of a cow. All right. So, yep, it's a tuck spot. Not a tuck spot, it's a pocket. And once this is dry, I'll remember. And because I always go back and test everything. And don't just lick it if it's a pocket. Give that thing some glue. Hartists, I'm going to be doing your kits next week. That's why I got time today, is because I gave myself a week to do it. I'm going to be doing your kits next week. And when I do that, then I need to know on your wish lists if you need glue. Because, yeah, You just need to know if you need glue. No, that doesn't go there. Willy-nilly. I'm overthinking now. Did you guys see that? It's happening. Wait, I'm not caught up to chat. What are we gonna do? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's pronounced shy. Like, oh, that is so cute. Shy. Now I remember. I like these two pages together. I like that together. And it's shiny. It's shiny, shiny. So let me see. What I really feel like doing on this one is stapling it. So that's what I'm going to do. And so I don't accidentally poke myself. See, it's cute like that. So I don't poke myself. I'm going to get some washi tape off my table and washi tape the bottom of it. My brain is now starting to worry and think about all the stuff I should be doing. Isn't it funny how we do that? Doing some stitching. What you stitching? Oh, thank you, Lucy. Guys, see, I have to touch every inch of this washi tape. Yep, that's what just happened. I didn't make it long enough, so I ripped it. That's how it just happened. Should we write a little note? Should we put a little something in here? A jest, a laughing word, often decides the highest matters between better than sharpness and seriousness. Horace. That's good. Cool. And these papers are freaking amazing. Did you guys see these ones? Lala, I still have to send you the Buddha and the dress. I haven't done that yet. This, I think I'm going to make a flip. Let's make a flip like that. So I got the washi tape right here. Let's get that going. Oh, that is cool. I absolutely love that work. I didn't see that until I saw Stacy do it. Stacy Whitehouse. Oh my gosh, I absolutely fell in love with that. All right, so now this page really needs something. And it's not that. It's not this. No, it's not that. I don't know what this is, but that's kind of cute. It's too purposeful, though. I could stick it here, though. That would be a nice spot for it. Hide away the little addresses. Ooh, that's a good spot for it. I think I might do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right. Put a lot of glue right there. Staples. And then get the back page. Yep. Yep. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, get back to gluing. I'm kind of doing the same thing. There we go. That's lovely. Oh, this just makes it so lovely. No, I don't want that there. It's too simple. Maybe I want something over here. Maybe that's what's missing. Oh yeah, that's what's missing. So I want to see the rip right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the glue on the top part of this one. Because I like when it flips up and I can write on the top and write on the bottom. Do you guys think this is shabby chic enough to go into the next auction? If I did that instead of... I don't know. I don't know if it's shabby chic though. It's kind of too random for that. Let's put the dresses. Maybe not the Buddha, because I don't remember if I sent the Buddha to Lala yet. Take the Buddha and the 2 dresses and make sure that I send that to her. No, I didn't see your strawberry dolls on Facebook. Now I gotta go see. Well, less work would definitely be better. Then you wouldn't have to, you just stitch through the holes on those ones. Oh, you need to be right there, don't you? Look at that. You just want to be right there. I'm going to staple you on because it's in that one little section. I don't know what I did with my stapler. Nope, now you're going to be paper clipped on. That's how it's going to go. Because I never know if I'm going to want to take this off and use it for something else. There. It's all nice and safe. Now this should be good enough. Yep, that's good enough for a pocket. Let's put this one in the pocket because it should fit. Look at that. Nice tight fit too. Look at that. That's perfect. Well, you know what? I don't put it in yet because if it's still even just a little bit wet, it might not be good. So I'll just tuck it right there because I'll know I want it in that pocket. That'll probably be painted on. This needs a home. I really like it and it needs a home because it's a coin envelope. It has a pocket this way. Put a little something in there. Too short. Well, that's where it's going to go now. So you definitely go here. And I'm going to need to come up with something that goes in there. Oh my gosh, that's fabulous, Kim. Lala, you have a gem in Kim. I do have some fabulous lace that I'm saving up for this auction. Excited about it. But I'm really struggling. I have truly vintage things that will be in the auction that are pretty cool. I'm going to be putting coffee dyed paper in the auction. That's pretty cool. But I'm really struggling with certain aspects of it. You know, just... All right, I think I'm getting bored with doing this right now, and when crafting isn't fun, I think I'm done. So I'll come back and I'll finish this later, or I'll just leave it like it is and leave it for someone else to finish it. And I think it's cool that I didn't sign it. I just used one of the Hartist's address labels in here. Isn't that cool? That's kind of funny. I do love it though. This little to from thing needs to be on here. I have a blue thing with a little key. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this through here if it fits. If it doesn't, we'll cut it. I have a Hartist group chai, not necessarily a crafty group. Yeah, I have to open this up. And I keep that group pretty tiny because the Hartists can feel free to share information about what they receive and what they make and stuff like that. So I do keep that pretty tiny. But if you guys are thinking about having a separate Facebook group, of like Cares Angels or something like that, I could do that. Yeah, I won't share the Open Hardest Facebook group. We have one person who's in there that has a stalker, and so I'm super sensitive to who comes in and out of that group. And I'm not saying I don't trust you, not by any means. I'm just saying publicly, I definitely will never share the Facebook group publicly. But creating a separate group called Cares Angels, I'm totally cool with that. If you guys want to do that, I can do that. Is there anyone willing to be a helpful moderator for that group? That would be helpful. And then they can help accept people. There. What a crappy knot. You'd never know I was on a boat before. Look at this. Is that the worst knot you ever did see? All right. So I forget why I was making this, but now it's just going to be a dangle in the book, and I'm just wrapping it around the outside. It is what it is. It's just going to sit in there, and this baby is going to sit down for a little while. I didn't make this one a pocket yet because I don't know what I want to do with this side yet. But with that said, I really am done crafting. I'm just done making it. You know, you hit that spot and... No, I don't like that in there. You're coming out. I'm coming out. You better get this party started. Okay, I'll do that. I'll create it. It'll be called Cares Angels. And I'll create it right now. But I really am just done crafting. Love you guys. Oops. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Because it froze just when I said I'm really done crafting and I'm going to head out. So love and hugs to all of you guys. You take care. Stay out of trouble. And I'll create that group, Cares Angels. Take care. Bye.